We're just going to draw a basic veneer panel that can go inside your door frame. So G for corner rectangle, left click and drag. Your panel is going to be 194 millimeters wide by 239 millimeters high. We can then extrude that 3 millimeters. Done. And right click on part 16 and door panel. Just going to jump over to the assembly studio now, and we can start to assemble our door. So insert, we need one door side, a second door side, a door top, need two of those, and we need a panel. We will solve that. Okay, and then now we can start to construct our door. So before I begin, I'm just going to rotate these parts to the way that I want them. So 90 degrees, and I'll just spin that one around 180. Done. This one here, rotate 90 degrees. Done. 90 and 90 and 90 again. Just drag that panel out of the way for a second. Drag this down here. Okay, and we're just fastening mate all these panels. So M for fasten mate, come in, just going to grab this corner here. We have our blue axis pointing across the top there. Left click, get our blue axis going the same way for this corner, so it needs to be running along. There we go. Left click again, and we have our two pieces connected there. Solve that. Come in, get my blue axis pointing across the top. Left click. Okay, again, same here, pointing across the top. Left click and solve that. Okay, you can see our door frame starting to come together. Okay, before we go any further, we want to get our veneer panel in. So come down here, left click, blue axis pointing up on that corner. We're going to insert it into there. Blue axis pointing up if we can. Zoom out. Okay, now it's orientated it on the angle because of our miter here. So we'll just undo that. And another way that we can do it is if we go back to our fasten mate, come into this bottom edge here. We've got our blue axis, it's running along that edge. It's from the center point. And we're just going to come in down into here, blue edge running along, left click. Okay, now it hasn't quite got it into the housing, but what we can do from there is use our offset tool. So if I just left click and check that box, I want to offset on the x-axis, and it's the thickness of the panel, which is 3 millimeters. So if I just go up here, type in 3, hit enter, you can see how it shifts the panel down into the housing where it should be. Okay, so I can now solve that. I'm happy with that. Okay, and I'll just orientate us back around the right way so it starts to make more sense. Zoom out, and we'll just finish off by connecting these two together here. Fasten mate. Got my corner pointing out, and that's pointing out as well. Solve that. Okay, and we now have our basic door all done, fit together. So using that offset tool, remembering that we have a 2 millimeter gap all the way around for our door, if I just grab this corner here, blue axis pointing in, okay, and we'll pop that up into here. Okay, but remembering we want to offset. So we're going to offset on our x-axis 2 millimeters, and our y-axis is going to be -2 because we want it to go the opposite way to this green axis here. So I'm just going to set it off, solve that, and there is our door perfectly in position with a 2 millimeter gap all the way around. Now that'll allow for your hinges to be mounted. Okay, but there is your display cabinet all complete.